Yeah, you know what that is. You know Eagles back. Let's go. Let's talk about it, man. I gotta run, baby. That's me. Yep, that's Eagle sitting there. What's up now? Welcome back. Welcome back. Gotta tell myself to welcome back. Back up in here. Yep. Let me see. Should I put it up? Maybe so. I'll put it up for a little while. Y'all know what's coming. If you've been with Eagle, you know. Yeah. You already know. You already know. You already know. Get the plate up. Because I know everybody, even though I didn't say, we never had the discussion about the fight. Um, yeah, I've been kind of back and hangy a little bit, at least in here, in my voice in here. At least, I got to, you know me. I'm going to say whatever. So this is my job is to just say whatever, do whatever. And, either, you guys believe me or don't believe me or you can take me serious or you can be like, no, Eagle just messing around like always. That's the good thing about it is that I can joke around, I can mess around, and it could be something that's truthful, or it might just be, I just might be, just trolling. I troll my own show. Oh yeah, yeah. He could be trolling his own show. Like I'll troll my show, just to see what I can see. Blind baby, you can't see what I can see. Wow, this thing actually got power. Hmm. Got a phone over here. Should already blown up by now, but it's still living. Wasn't nothing they can do with it. Dog. Because the battery has swollen up. All these phones, man. I buy new phones every 2 years or something like that. Man, I'm not. Let a phone crash on me. I'll take it outside and put the sledgehammer on it. Like, okay. Like, you good now? Yeah. Ain't playing with these phones. This whole thing, they got me messed up. Yeah. Boy. I heard something about AB. I didn't listen to the interview or something, but I guess AB's talking crap to Bill Haney. Last time I checked, Bill Haney's not a fighter. But everybody has to get their say. Everybody has to get their say in on somebody. If you say something, yeah, if you say something, you in trouble. Uh, Ain't nobody playing with you. If you say something, you can't say nothing in boxing. You can't say too much. You cannot say you can't say much because if you say too much, people they right there watching you. Every word you spake, every word you spake, they right there waiting for you, so you can have that controversial comeback on you or whatever, however you might want to look at it. It's crazy. Yeah. Everybody has to come back. You guys like my title? You guys like the way I did that? Some of you don't understand it. If Sir Flame come in, he'll appreciate it. He appreciates my little satires. My little play on words and stuff. Some of y'all just don't get it. the the crow plate. Yeah. Why I gotta be having crow? I just realized I used to drink so much water, man. Like I used to overdo it on the water, man. I used to drink like damn near probably like a gallon of water a day or whatever. It's like I think that's totally unnecessary. I think we just it depends on the food that you put in your body. You need that water if you put the wrong things in your body, but I don't know. If it's just coming right back out, what's the you gotta think about that though. If you drink all that water and just coming back out, why are you drinking? If it's just coming back out and looks the same as it went in, it's like that's a waste of how much. That's like, water could be anywhere from $1.50 a gallon. I don't know, maybe where you're at, maybe cheaper. All the way up to maybe $10 or more, $20 a gallon. Are you kidding me? I mean, I can't afford a $20 gallon of water every day. Yeah, for 30 days out of the month, that's $600 just on water alone. That's crazy, crazy. Who drinks water like that? And do you feel $20 a day better from drinking water like that? I don't think so. I just do not think that you feel that much better. But anyway, yeah, this Eagles Way of Boxing. Just gonna talk about the fight a little bit. I know everybody talk about the fight, and Haney got his ass whooped and got beat up, and I don't know. For me, uh, it's just that sometimes you overestimate yourself and you underestimate your opponent, and you get out of character. Haney started off before the fight even started, as he was already out of character, pushing people, getting emotional and shit like that. It's like, man, damn, everybody knew that you had to stick with your plan, be disciplined, and not be taking a bunch of big punches, and you sat there and took all kinds of big punches, and for some reason your body, you couldn't absorb the punches like you wanted to. You fought a guy that was coming in bigger, so you should have known, if you was fighting somebody, finally you fighting somebody bigger, you should have known that, hey, I'm fighting somebody bigger. A lot of times I like to fight bigger people, but this guy, you fighting somebody bigger, that's good. I would just make him use his energy up, man. You knew he's gonna come, trying to use his size, he's gonna come in and try to use his size on you. You already knew that. So, you fight him again, you just come in big like him. You know he's gonna come in overweight, then you come in overweight. Both of y'all come in overweight. So it's not a title fight. You just end up losing you lose, but you win if you beat him. If you beat him. Or you just sit there and take bombs, which I don't know how you got hit like that, as skilled as you are. It's like people got to reassess how skilled you are. But I don't really have to, I don't think. Like some people are going to have to reassess it. I still think you're skilled. I think you can stay out of trouble, but you just didn't on that particular night. It happens to, hey, everybody can have a bad night. It was a bad night for you. It was a good night for Ryan, but also it was a bad night for Ryan. It was a good night for you. So both ways, because he's not a champ still. So, I really don't. I don't understand boxing today the way it is today. I don't understand boxing the way that it is, because nobody's caring about belts and nobody's caring about making weight. There's a lot of fights where fighters are just missing weight. It's like, why are you missing weight? And if it's important, you go up to heavyweight so you don't have to worry about weight. You can gain as much as you want to. I don't understand why you guys are cutting all the way down. You're bad boys. Come on. You're fighting in the wrong division, all of you. Haney, all you guys are fighting in the wrong division. If you can't make weight, Ryan, move up to 147. You can't make weight there, move up to 154. You can't make weight there, then move up to 160. If you can't make weight there, then move up to 168. If you can't make weight there, then move up to 175. If you can't make weight there, just move up to cruiser. And if you still can't make weight, just be a heavyweight. And see how that works out. See the difference in power between heavyweight and where you're at now, and then talk about your hook. Yeah, there's people that are more powerful at a certain weight, got certain powers and stuff like that, and have developed punches and stuff like that. But hey, that punch is nothing like a different division. That same punch, they'll just laugh at you like, okay, that's your punch. They'd be like, I know I'm whooping your ass now. I know I'm whooping that ass. But I don't know. I didn't want to be a discussion about this weight and all that, but Bill Haney, I guess I don't usually mention you. I don't know. I don't mention the people that have nothing really to do. He's just like a Don King. He's just a promoter. So I mean, that's Haney's dad, but he's just a promoter. I mean, more or less a promoter. That's the cheering section. So it's all good. That's his son. So I mean, he said what he said. You sending your son out there on the kill mission. You shouldn't have sent your son out there on a killing mission. You should have sent your son out there on a mission to, to not just survive, but box and be smart and intelligent. Don't send him out there on the killing mission. He ain't known to be a killer. Huh? You ain't known to be a killer. All of a sudden, that somebody gonna send you out on a killing mission. I don't know nothing about no killing. It's like that little parody that they did that what's his name, Sir Lance or whatever did with Tony Roberts, which was funny. Tell about him and Tony's gonna pull up. He said, I'm with my boy Tony, my boy T. He said, we about to pull up on you. Tell him about how he gonna pull up. He asked Tony if he had a strap, and he was driving in the car, which he had a seatbelt. He said, I'm strapped up now. And he kept saying, yeah, that's me and my boy T. We about to pull up. He said, Killer T. He said, ain't no killer. He said, ma'am, I don't even know this guy. I don't know what he's talking about. Talking about the killer. Killer T. Yeah, you a Killer T. Yeah. So, just, you hear the word KILL, it was just a little, it was a little, it was a prank. Had nothing to do with me. And, just so, if YouTube is listening and thinking that I'm mentioning something like that, it was just a prank. It was just like a little gag that somebody was doing, and I'm just mentioning it, just to clarify. So I don't know about these platforms now. They just hang you out. They hang you out to dry a lot of times in these platforms. There's only so much you can say. Like, don't say this, don't say that. It's like, come on. The whole freedom of speech, which is what, that's part of that's your freedom, that's your First Amendment. It's like, how do you not have a First Amendment? That's crazy. I mean, if you think about it, how do you not have a First Amendment? That's the First Amendment. God dang, you don't even have the First Amendment? Hey, if you don't have the First Amendment, then why list the rest of them? Second, third, fourth, fifth? I plead the fifth. You got the Fifth Amendment. You got the Fifth Amendment, but you use your Fifth Amendment, they're always trying to make you talk. You tell them you plead the fifth. You plead the fifth, they want you to talk. Like, you can't be pleading the fifth. Wait, yes, I'm pleading the fifth. I don't know about all that, but I know I plead the fifth. Oh wow! Some of y'all get that, some of you don't. Hold on a second. Come on in if you had the wrong choice. Come on in, have a seat. Get you a plate. Oh yeah, yeah, we back. We back. Looking for the people. Power to them. Power to my people. I said power. Power to my people. Give the power to my people. Yeah. Power to the people. I don't know. A lot of people. I didn't know it was so much. It's just funny to me because I didn't know that. I didn't know Haney was as hated as he is. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know he was so hated. But I guess some people are hated. Just don't want to say it like I don't want to say too much, but hey, some people are just hated. I guess it's crazy, but hey, that's the way it works out a lot of times. And I don't even, to be honest, with these two kids, I don't even see like I don't really see a bad guy. I don't really see the bad guy. Some people like the bad guy, but I don't see the bad guy. On either way, I see one disturbed kid that acts like he's normal. I mean, he's talking like he's a Christian at the same time, drinking in public, acting a fool, and then smoking weed or whatever else like that. I mean, I'm not gonna knock you guys. You guys do what you got to do. Uh, but with as far as the trickery, stop with the trickery. I mean, stop tricking people. You know, people want to know. People want to know you for your ability to be genuine. You know, people don't want to know you for your ability to be phony. You know, so which one is it? You know, you got these fake killers. Oh, I'm a killer. Okay, you're a killer. Okay, killer. I didn't know. It's almost like, and so it's not. It's not always a bad. It's not always a bad thing. But you know, you grow up with people uh, your whole life, right? And when you know them, they're one way. Then they change. Well, that's okay. That's not. That's part of growing. You know. That's which is good. It's good to have a change. It's not. It's not good to be exactly like you were because then I mean that's kind of sad because you get people to saying, "Oh, you still the same." Like, yeah, and all you can say, "Well, I'm supposed to be the same, maybe," but I don't know if that's what they mean. Say more what? So you want to be the same, but at the same time you want to be different. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I want you to be the same, only to an extent. Only to an extent I want you to be the same. But I don't want you to, you know, I mean, as far as being like childlike and all that, that's different. But yeah, though some people don't even uh, grow up from that, yeah, which is okay. I mean, I like being a kid. There's less responsibility if you get to be a kid. You know, it's hard. It's hard being. So if you're a man, especially, it's hard. Like, I mean, everything gets taken away from you. Emotional, attitude, all that. You can't really be emotional. A lot of people don't understand that being emotional for a guy uh, is actually saving people's lives sometimes. It is. It is. When a guy's emotional, he could be saving a life just for being emotional. 'Cause that non-emotional, cold, cold stuff is like, it's like you just turn into like a. They gonna just call you a monster. Like, oh, yeah, he a monster. Yep, of course he a monster. You create monsters, and then you want to talk about them. Oh, he's just a monster. Yeah, of course he's a monster. Or of course she's a monster. But that's the sad part, though, is I've been seeing, like, I see more today. I see more. I mean, when I grew up, there was female monsters, but now it seems like there's way more female monsters than it was like when I was growing up. There's way more female monsters, like way more. It's like, wow, the stuff that they do, and this is like, and I'm not, picking on any type of, you know, I'm not trying to pick on anybody because it's just a sad thing. But every people get rushed off. So you get rushed off to school. You get rushed off to, to do, to do things the society says you must do, and everybody's not ready. Everybody's not in that race. Because if everybody was in the same race, everybody would have the same physical and mental skill set. It's just some people aren't, they're not built and they're not put here for that type of stuff. Simple as that. That does not. You know? So that's one thing you gotta look at. Oh, that's a whole adult discussion on another level. So I'm gonna leave that alone. So, but you know me, we dive into anything, man. We dive into anything. I listen. Like I listen to scholars. I listen to people that quote the Bible and all that. The ones that feel like that they're the ones that have the spirit to teach it. I listen to them. But then a lot of stuff they say, I can't agree with because that's not what I heard. So I can't really agree. I can't agree with everything. I mean, I can listen to it and I can compliment it. Like, okay, I see what you're saying, your angle and stuff like that. And I understand that a lot of people, you feel like, I mean, yeah, the Bible is a spiritual book. So, and everybody's not, and I agree that everybody's not determined to be able to understand it or read it. I understand that, but you have to make it to where, if you want everybody to be accepted, then you have to make it to where they could understand it. That's your job. You know. It's like I feel like my job is to like I try to get my point across on certain things. I'm just trying to get my point across. Like, hey, I'm trying to get my point across. Pay attention to this, and hopefully you can pay attention. I don't know, a lot of morons. So yeah, look at it like that. Morons everywhere. So. And I'm not just straight out calling people morons like that, but it's like, it's a um, lot of information that goes in the wrong, I would say the wrong, that is taken, the wrong way. That's why I look at it. It's just a lot of information that's taken the wrong way. You got some that's taken the right way, and then you got some that's, that's taken the wrong way. So, and that's what it is. It's like you have professionals to teach everything. It's like, and I'm not one that actually necessarily cares about a professional, because a lot of things that are taught, I know they weren't taught right, and there's a lot of things that your degree, from my understanding, is your degree means nothing. Your degree, it means absolutely nothing. So, just saying, sometimes your degree don't mean nothing. Look, I worked hard for this and I got this degree. Well, so what? You got a degree, but it's not agreeing. your degree is not agreeing with what we want to, what we learn. I don't know. Who am I to know anything? I'm just Eagle. I'm just Eagle. Eagle, what Eagle know? Hmm. It's like, what Eagle know? Eagle don't know too much, right? But I never professed to be like the know it all. I like to be able to know something though. So just look at it like that. I like to be able to know something. I like to be able to get some kind of a point across. It's hard enough, just dealing with your own situation sometimes, And so people need, I don't, I'm not a, I have to be a people person, but I'm content just, doing my thing. You know what I mean? I don't need like somebody like that all the time. But it's all good. I was just talking about the brother too. Look at that's Sir Flame, y'all. Just in case y'all didn't know, put that, yeah, Sir Flames. What'd you say, Sir Flame? What'd you tell him? Sir Flame did said to salute the Eagles web salute to the chat. He said then there's always, he said, jab that like button on your neck. He said don't get naked. Eagles wear boxing. Got them things up right away with their glove. Got the fire. Of course, that's a 100% statement, baby. That's endorsed by Eagle. Yeah, Sir Flame said Ryan got me paid. Did Ryan get you paid in full? Yeah. Ryan got a lot of people full, paid. Um, yeah, Haney was. I don't know what happened as far as his whole defense and everything, man. He wasn't himself. But hey, when you making that money and stuff like that, I mean, I know you could tell that it was kind of a fishy type of fight. I just don't want to say a lot, but it was like there's a lot of things going on in that fight. But Ryan still got to work on his intelligence, though, man. He probably could have still won. He should just came in on weight, man. He didn't want to take no chances at all, man. You got to take a chance, man. That's the whole thing. People don't understand that. You come in heavy like that. He didn't want to take a chance. Then he pretended he wanted to make people think that he was in top shape or whatever. And he's looking kind of flabby. Not flabby, but, everybody don't need to look like a bodybuilder or nothing like that. But he comes in, um, drinking a beer, so some people be like, "Oh, that beer probably put him over the poundage or whatever." Nah, you came in heavy. Stop it. Yeah, stop playing. Stop playing. You came in heavy, and I don't know. I don't know if he had to come in heavy because he was scared. A lot of people. It was a smart move. It was a smart move. Not such a smart move. It depends on what side you was on. You know what I mean? He made a lot of bets change though. Oh, you said pick Ryan by decision. Oh yeah. You had the smartest. I mean, I had it going decision either way. I had either way, like Haney or him. Either one was gonna be a decision. It worked out the way it was actually a closer fight, even though it looked like a kind of a one-sided fight in a sense. But yeah, because of all the stupid shit that Ryan was doing, and then also, it was one of those fights that it could have went, it could have went like a draw or Ryan, barely winning. But shit, he should have hit. I don't know. Maybe he couldn't win at one. Maybe he couldn't win at 140. If he came in at 140, maybe he couldn't have won. I don't know. That's all I can say. He might not have been able to win at 140. But Haney's strategy, Haney's just getting hit. He couldn't take the aggressive. He couldn't take. He could usually take a person's aggressiveness, but he couldn't take Ryan's aggressiveness. That was one of his main problems. Like he could take other fighters' aggressiveness, but he couldn't take Ryan's aggressiveness. I mean, you gotta. if you're going to be a person that counters aggression, then you have to be a person that counters aggression. You can't like have some aggression that you can tame and then some you can't. If that's the kind of fighter you are, then that's you gotta be able to do it on them. You know. The only thing about somebody who's aggressive is like sometimes they can get lucky, but most time they. I mean, it's hard to get lucky. It really is hard to like get lucky, but and then for me, Devin overreacting the shots. I'm like, dude, come on, that first shot wasn't even that couldn't even. It wasn't enough power on that shot to do all that shit, man. I don't know if he was panicking. He was already in panic mode or whatever. Soon, if I get touched, he was something was going on with him mentally. You know, he got upset because somebody said something about his mom. People always gonna talk about your mom or bring something up. People say shit like that. I mean, we grew up like that. We grew up talking about moms and stuff like that because we know that's gonna get on somebody's nerve. Like, you talking about my moms? Don't talk about my moms though. I'm talking about my moms, my grandma and all that. Don't talk about all that. Man, like, shut up. I'm gonna talk about your moms, your grandma, your great grandma. I'm talking about everybody if it's gonna make you upset to the point where you can't think. Yeah. He said Harvey Doc tried to mess with my money, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to KO. Okay, yeah. Might not be enough power, or hey, he got that BCD. I don't. You know what? He don't have it though. That's the whole thing. Cause you got to watch him. He don't have it. He got some. You know what? See, that's what I was trying to explain to somebody. I used to watch this kind of syndrome a lot. I used to watch it just even in sparring. I watched that kind of syndrome. And see, sometimes you just not when you're not accustomed to a certain power, like in a fight, then you kind of fold or something. Haney's and I kind of knew that. I seen a glimpse of it, but I thought he was gonna straighten that part out. I saw a glimpse of it, and it wasn't that he was really getting hurt, but when he started getting touched back, because remember he was touching Lomachenko up, and when he started getting touched back a little bit, he got a little bit too uncomfortable. And I'm like, no, he can't take it when he starts taking shots. It's like, dude, you've been in boxing, you're gonna have to take shots every once in a while. He got the facial structure to take shots at 140. He has facial structure, everything's there. He has the right bone structure and neck shock absorption and stuff to be able to take those kind of shots, man. He's just got to be like, okay, you hit me with a good shot. He gotta make himself mad enough to be like, okay, you hit me with one, let me hit you with one. Bam. You hit me with one, I'm gonna hit you with one. He has to be able to do that, but for right now, he just doesn't. He's not showing that he can take too much fire, and he should be able to. I can't put him on the whole BCG thing because even when he got knocked down, I seen like a lot of people talk about like Terrence Crawford. I seen Terrence Crawford hurt worse than Haney, far as like going down. And he didn't go down, but I seen him when he was fighting Gamboa. He was hanging on for dear life. Gamboa just had those little short arms. We probably wouldn't be having a lot of conversations that we having if Gamboa would have really caught up with him, because he had him hurt for like about over 2 minutes in that fight. So, and we never look at Terrence Crawford as having BCD, but we know we have seen him in that situation where he can get clipped. And if you get clipped like that, hey, I don't know. If you get clipped, maybe you might be one of those guys. You might be somebody's number one guy. You are my number one guy. Yeah, so that might end up happening to you. But we just have to see. Yeah. Well, no, I'm good. Hey, that's what I do. Look at Gil Cole. Salute to Gil. Gil's so stupid. Gil said, Devin, is a C level fighter. He got beat by a C plus fighter, so that puts him on the C level. But that's what happens when you start. What's up, brother? Yeah, but that's what happens when you start just running. When you start running your mouth like that, that a lot of times it just backfires and stuff like that. And then again, you claim you're a Muslim. They usually, you're supposed to be humble and all that. But you come in and you just start, a lot of mouth service. Um, I'm not gonna put him on. He's not gonna be on my BCD list yet. I'm not gonna put him there. If he gets knocked down again by somebody, just gets clipped and goes down, then I'll probably put him on there. Because then I'll be wrong. But he has the. It looks like he has the makeup to take it. But Ryan hits hard though. You can't be taking flush shots. But he's reacting to stuff that wasn't even flush. Like, well, it was kind of hard. I better go down. Oh, come on, man, stop playing. I was just talking to Gil about that the other day. About we have people like that in sparring. They're going down easy, or every time they take a shot, it's like, man, just absorb the shot, man. You just gotta get used to it. Are you dizzy? Are you really dizzy and shook up to where you got knocked off your foundation? there's a streaming. There's a game that I play online, and I wasn't really even comfortable playing. I'm still not that comfortable playing it because you have to have your health and stamina. Everything has to be perfect during the game, and you always got to be eating. So you got to be finding food. You got to be killed. You got to kill prey, find food. You got to find water. Keep yourself strong, because you get attacked by savages throughout the whole damn game. Just starting off the game, 15 minutes into the game. You're in a plane crash. It's called Forest. You're in a plane crash right away. So you're in a plane crash right away. You gotta get the leftover food from the plane. You gotta start building tools and weapons and shit. Right away. You gotta start chopping down trees and building, getting weapons together. You gotta kill animals. You gotta get your strength up right away. And this is like 15 minutes, because a day in this game is like maybe 15, 20 minutes. So within 15 minutes, you're going to get attacked by savages right away. And the only thing you got is some type of an axe. That's the only thing you have. And so you got to fight right away. I play that game. But the thing is, you just got to get used to, so my point was that, you get attacked in the game. If you don't have all your strength up or whatever, so you get attacked in the game, and you could be out. You can be back on that plane again. You gotta remorph and start off on the plane, and then all the tools, whatever you gathered, it doesn't matter what you gathered, because all that's taken away. So you got to find out where you got killed at. Like, oh, this is where I got killed, so let me find this spot. It leaves the skeleton. You're the only one that can see it. If you get killed, you're the only one that can see the skeleton. You got to follow the skeleton to find out where you first got killed. You got to pick up your backpack with all your supplies and then start all over. And they don't start you off with food. The second time, you don't start off with food and water. So you got to start all over again. But that was my point, is that, just one time I go on there, and I used to get hit like a zombie or whatever. The savage would hit me, and I used to think I was out. I'm like, damn, man, he just landed one punch on me, I was out. No, it was just the reaction of the game shows blood splatter and all that, and you think you're out of it, but you're not really out of it. And so Haney's kind of like that to me. It's like, dude, you just got hit. It's nothing. You're okay though. You're good, son. You don't need to stand and 8 every time you get touched. You know what I mean? But shout out to Ryan. I got to give him thumbs up and thumbs down. Dumb move and smart move. Come in. I mean, maybe you was a little bit too worried, and so you had to come in heavy. But that's good. It's a good play on your part. It would have been nicer. I mean, to instead of having your own, that's why you made your own King Ryan crown. Because you knew you wasn't gonna take the belt, but you should have took the belt, man. If you would have came in on weight and still could have won, if you still could have won with that, if you still could have won and had your crown and the belts, oh, that would have been lit. That would have been lit, man. You came in, you won, I took your belts, and I came in with a crown. You could have talked all kind of madness. Yeah, but you can't. But you can still say you got the dub though. So shout out to you, man. You got the dub. But Sir Flav, yeah, I look at people's anatomy. That's what I do, man. I'm like a psychologist. I watch people all. That's what I do, man. That's part of my what I do at work. You remember I was in like I'm a researcher, so being a researcher, man, I look at people like that sometimes, man. I research people sometimes. I research my own family. I just look at people. I just kind of figure out. I figure out people. I figure them out, and most people, for the most part, probably 70% of the people that you know, maybe even more, and you don't get upset about that, have a price tag on them. They have a price tag to where they will completely deny you for a certain amount of money. I just shake my head. It's a damn shame, man. That I'm telling you, that's what I'm learning about my research is that people have a price tag, and some people don't. Some people would tell you that they don't have a price tag. They will tell you straight to your face. Because on one platform, I call myself a certain name, and this is what everybody met me as, right? So I changed my name to a name that you shouldn't like. It's like, nah, don't say that. And so I changed my name. Everybody knew it was me because I still have my picture up. And they would accept my name. I'm like, okay. And I did it just to see who would accept my name. But it was one girl, she said, no, that's not, she said, that's not you. I'm still calling you by your name. She said, that's not you. She said, I don't care. I told her I'll give her so much money or so many gifts if she'd go ahead and call me by that name that I used, like the fake name that I was using. She said, nah, that ain't gonna happen. And this is real money though. She wouldn't do it. And some people, I wouldn't have to give them a cent. And they would, they're gonna use the name that they know they shouldn't have been using. It's just like Sir Flame come in, he's Sir Flame. He can't change his name to Ice Capades. I'm gonna be like, who the hell is that? Ice Capades. I mean, some people change their name in here. Yeah, and I'll use their new name, but they usually keep most of their old name. But he can't come in here as Ice Capades or Ice King or something like that. I ain't about to call Sir Flame Ice King. Nah. You already Sir Flame. You've been Sir Flame too long. Oh, I'm gonna change my new name is Ice. I'm like, nah, I don't know if I can't call you Ice like that. Yep. But anyway, Sir Flame says, salute to Gil. I've always said that I don't like Haney. God dang. Why you don't like Haney? Devin should take a tune-up and fight Keith next. He can. He won't be in as much danger with Keith because Keith is just not that aggressive. Keith will put hands on you, but he's just not that aggressive. Keith need to fight, man. Yo, does Keith even fight still? He definitely shouldn't take an immediate rematch with Ryan going to KTF. He gonna get knocked the F out. Sir said he gonna get knocked the F out. I'm not really sure. That's a possibility. Like the scenario that happened, that was one of probably 3 ways that I thought it would happen, or 4 ways. Devin could have possibly got the KO. Ryan could have possibly got the KO, or it could have just went decision or draw. But it was close. It was really close, man. If Devin would have, I think if Devin would have dominated the last round, you might have seen a draw, and you would have been mad. Not you personally, but I'm saying a lot of people would have been mad if they would have saw a draw. You know what I mean? But it was a closer fight. It shouldn't even have been as close as it was. It was close. It ended up being close, but the judges had it certain ways. One of them had it as a draw, but but it should have. It should have been. It would have been close. Yeah, Haney, you got to get used to. You got to get used to getting a punch, man. You got to get used to absorbing. You're 135. Now you're at 140. You got to get used to absorbing some punishment. You should have, if anything, before Ryan, you got to fight somebody who can punch. Well, Regis can punch pretty good, but he just didn't have enough foot movement. He wasn't moving enough to hit you. You have to fight somebody who doesn't know their own strength. Don't know how to get you. They got power, but don't know how to get you out of there. That's the kind of fighter that Haney needs to fight. If he's going to fight Ryan again, maybe that as a tune-up. But Ryan got to be careful, too, though, because I'm not 100% confident in his jaw or his or his body. Cause Tank put his ass down with a just one. Cause Tank put him down with one shot, so it's like, I mean, he could be put down. It's like they both a little bit. They both can be a little, chin suspect. So I'm not gonna get too excited about none of them because any of them could be chin suspect. So, dude, you a little bit chin suspect. Yeah, I'm a little bit chinny. Yes, you are. But I don't trust no fighter. As a matter of fact, if you want to hit the real story from me, and not me trolling or something like that, to be honest, I want to see all of them get knocked out. To be honest, I don't care. I want to see Tank get knocked out. I want to see Crawford get knocked out. I want to see Tyson Fury get knocked out. I want to see Usyk get knocked out. All of them. I want all of them to make a mistake and get knocked out. Just to show that ain't none of y'all perfect as y'all think you are. And the reason I want to see them all get knocked out is because they killed boxing in the first place. With all this social media and all this other crap, man. Just think about it, man. I ain't no Ryan fan. I'm not nobody's fan like that. But you go out and buy your own self a crown. Come on now. You went out and bought your own self a crown to crown your own self. Let people crown you, man. Stop, enjoying your own self. Let's put it that way. Stop enjoying your own self. But, it was a good fight. A lot of people thought the fight was trash. A lot of people thought it was, that Ryan won every round. And it's just like, it's just so delusional people. But I thought it was a good fight. I mean, far as, it just didn't go that good for Haney. That's all. But it's just like, it was good. It was something. I'd rather the scenario, like I told Gil the other day, I said, this scenario that happened, I would rather this happen than some of the other scenarios that could have happened. I'd rather this outcome. I'd rather this outcome. That was good. It was one of the outcomes that we could have had. It was probably the least likely outcome, which is crazy. This was probably the least likely outcome out of all the outcomes you could have came up with. Is the least likely one to happen. So it probably paid more. It probably paid more than like a knockout or something like that because it's the least likeliest one to happen. It's for Ryan to decision him. Because I could see that I thought Haney was going to, have that jab out there, leading and just like really having that jab out there, quick. You're faster. I don't know. You got your ass whooped, though. That's what a lot of people want to say, though. You got your ass whooped. No, but good goal, though. I mean, good goal. If you still got it in you, come on back. You still young. He's 25. Just starting his career. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of boxing careers aren't that long, man. For the most part, boxing careers are what, like 5 years? 4 years? Boxing careers aren't really that long, man. If you don't step up, if you're not a good fighter or an elite fighter, I mean, I can see Ryan having a disaster and not box no more. I can see a lot of them. I can see, Tank having a disaster, but he'll come back though. I can see Crawford having a disaster. I can see any of them having a disaster. I like to see that because it makes boxing more interesting when you get upsets and stuff. So this makes it more interesting. You get an upset, like, okay, that was an upset. Not when we think we know the outcome. Like, I think I know the outcome. No, I don't like when you think when everybody says the outcome is going to be one way and it's that way. Then it's like, that wasn't too thrilling. Because, I mean, everybody that's more or less called that. And, it happened just the way everybody called it. The way everybody called it. Not just one person. The way everybody called it. Like, yeah, this is the way it happened. So. Where you at, Gil? Where you at, sir? In case y'all didn't know who I was talking to to Sir Flame. I was talking to Gil Cove. Those are my guys up in here, but I don't know what they're doing. They doing whatever. I don't know. We got to look forward to now. So now we have. I don't even know who we got, man. Who we got? Y'all name it. Who we got coming up? we got. Man, who we got? Okay, we got the Usyk fight. Yeah, so we got Usyk coming up. Of course, you already know I don't care. I don't like either one. Don't care for either one of them. I don't really care. But hey, I'm going with Usyk. Cause y'all know how I feel about Fury. I know y'all love Fury, but nah, I'm not going with Fury. I'm going with Usyk on this one. Oh, that's what I wanted to say too, though. I don't know how true this was. Did you guys hear about this one? Did you hear that the Mike Tyson fight was off? I don't know what happened. I got kind of an idea what might have happened. I think that Jake Paul, whatever, if it is officially not going to happen, I think I think what happens is that he went back. He started he started looking at too many Mike Tyson clips from when Mike Tyson was younger, and yeah, that's not going. You're not gonna feel too good about fighting Mike Tyson if you go back and look at some of his footage. You're gonna be like, no, you're gonna be like, I'm good, son. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm all the way good. You like, did I tell you I was good? Yep. You told us. Yep, I'm good. I don't need to go back and look at Tyson fighting. Go back and look at him fighting. Makes you know that, hey, uh, I haven't been doing this that long, and you start thinking, hey, I more or less can't have no mistakes. It's like you can't. It was a time where Tyson fought like that, and where Tyson fought, and you couldn't have mistakes. You could not make mistakes at all. Zero mistakes. When he was in his prime, you could make zero mistakes. I mean, you could let your hand go down if you want to, but you was definitely gonna pay for that. So yeah, you couldn't make mistakes against Mike Tyson. Yeah. And there's certain fighters you just can't make mistakes against. If Wilder was extra skilled like that, you couldn't make mistakes against Wilder. But he's kind of he's slow to catch up with you. So that was the whole thing with Wilder. He's slow to catch up with you. Like you can make a few mistakes, like and he can see it, like, oh shit, I should have got him. But then sometimes I mean, I'm not suggesting it though. Like yeah, don't worry, you can make mistakes against him. I wouldn't tell nobody no shit like that. Like yeah, you can make mistakes against him now, because you mess around and make a mistake. Be like, oh, I thought I could make mistakes, and you mess around and hear that shot. Somebody was playing. I don't know whose platform it was, but somebody was playing like the Brazil knockout. I was like, oh wow, not the Brazil knockout. I said the Brazil knockout was too much. I looked at it again though. I was like, God dang, what did he hit? It's like, what did he hit Brazil with? It's like, dude, what did you get hit with? I mean, you got that punch was a debilitating. That was more than a debilitating punch. When he caught him with that punch, I mean, I don't know who had that up, but I just. So they forced me to watch it. I had to look at it again. I was like, God dang, Wilder. How do you even generate that kind of power? What's his name? Moral Ranella, or whatever his name is. I always mess his name up. Yeah, but when he said he said Wilder hit Brazil so hard that they fell it down in Brazil. God dang. And where'd they fight at? Were they fighting at the Barclays? They was fighting in New York and they felt it all the way down in Brazil. That's a punch. I mean, I promise you that punch it had to read something on the Richter on that earthquake scale. I don't know if they call it Richter scale. I think that's what it is, but it may not be. But that shit had to be. I'm sorry, but that punch had to. They had to feel that you had to be able to feel that punch, and if you was in that arena, you had to feel that punch. Everybody in there felt that punch. They had to because of the way everybody reacted. They had to feel it. Like, God dang, this dude is hitting him in the ring, and I'm up in the nosebleed seats, and I felt it. That's a hard ass punch. If somebody could even hit that hard, they shouldn't even. To be honest, Wilder would be illegal if he was like super skilled. It would be more or less illegal to have that man fight somebody in the ring. Because he probably would have bodies, and that's not even, I'm not even playing about that. He probably would have bodies. If he was super skilled and started at a, younger, he probably would have bodies or whatever. They probably would like tell him, "Nah, we can't." There would actually be if he was super skilled, there would probably be a rule change in the heavyweight division, which would make it boring, and y'all know what that would be. That would be that they had to fight with like 14-ounce or 16-ounce glove. They would probably have bumped it all the way up. So that's a good thing that maybe it's a good thing that we have Wilder that's not being highly skilled, as some of the fighters. Maybe that's a good thing. That's a good thing because if Wilder was highly skilled, like he had like an excellent defense and then had that power to and an excellent jab and offense, like if he was like in there like this, what you doing? If he's a drunken master style. He can mix his styles up. He's doing drunken master on them and just they probably banned him from boxing. Said, "Nah, man, that's just too. You just doing way too much." That would be fun to watch him. He has the athleticism to be able to do stuff like that. I just don't know why you don't do it. Because people think, "Oh, you too old, you can't learn shit." You got to be able to learn. You got to learn every day. There's not a point in your life where you don't learn. At least so far, I'm learning that I have to learn something every day. Even if I go out in traffic, I got to learn that there's going to be an idiot out there right now. They're going to do some shit that I ain't expecting. And the reason I know that is because they do it every day. They do it every day. Every day they do something stupid out there. This is the first glass of water I've had in probably months. I was mentioning that earlier. I don't even do water no more, Surf Flame. Oh, poisonous ass water. I don't even drink water like that. I used to think you needed water like that, but it's like shit. You're drinking all that water just coming back out, so why are you drinking it? Your body's rejecting it. But they made us feel like, oh yeah, you need all that water, but it comes right back out, so why are you drinking it? So I just stopped drinking water. I said, man, I ain't gonna drink no water for what? So I just stopped drinking water. I tell people, like I said, this is my first glass of month because I really don't drink it. It's taking me a long time to drink it. I'm like, I just don't drink water. And I used to love water. This is not that bad. This is all filtered and all that, but I'm kind of drinking it slow. It's not making me feel like, oh yeah, this water. It's like I don't get thirsty. When I was a kid, I used to drink water. We used to drink water all the time when I was growing up. Water or Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid. That's your choices. Water or Kool-Aid, and we used to drink way too much Kool-Aid because we used to run out. I remember we used to have a whole drawer full of Kool-Aid, And then all the red would be gone first. The red and purple. Then the last, and then orange. I think orange and lime. Yeah, lime. The last ones would actually probably be like the lime and the lemon, whatever, because that was just like lemonade. I wasn't a big lemonade fan until now. I like limeade now, way more than I wouldn't even drink Kool-Aid now. But I'll drink some limeade. I ain't messing with no Kool-Aid no more. Now that we know it ain't nothing but colors and stuff, it's like, oh man, these people, why are they feeding us stuff like this? Why would you? There's no way you can say you love somebody if you feeding them shit like that. Some of the stuff that they give us, there's no way they care about us, man. I was watching cause I watch these crazy little things, Surf Flame to see, like they were showing. Yeah, I think this might have been overseas somewhere, European country. Might have been. It might have been Asia. Who knows? But anyway, they were showing how they take the cows out before they slaughter them, right? And they just got this little thing, and the cow just puts his head in between the gate, looking all innocent and stuff, and they put this thing up to his head, and it just fires a rod into his brain like poof, and it just breaks out in convulsions and stuff. And before the muscles can stop twitching, I mean, they already slicing him up, and then pieces of the meat is still bubbling and twitching. I'm like, are you kidding me? So they're about to put him in a can before the muscles even get a chance to relax. I mean, rigor mortis don't even get to set in. I mean, the muscles are still bubbling and stuff as they're cutting the meat, and they then ground it up and added one little piece of salt into it, and before you know, they done cooked it. They done put it in, so in water, cooked it at 200 and something degrees, and then they then cooked it at another temperature, and then they put it in a pressure cooker, and it's in a can. I'm like, are you kidding me? So that cow went from alive to 10 minutes later, his body's being canned up. Yeah. Certain said we always had Kool-Aid, but we used so much sugar we ran out. Yeah. It's like the movie, man. It's like Friday. It's like Friday said it. I mean, like they said in Friday, like Smokey said. He said He said Kool-Aid, no sugar. Cereal, no milk, stuff like that. That's true. That's truthful. True statement is that I never was like much of a milk drinker. I used to like the cereal. I was the damn sweetaholic for sure. I love that damn sweet ass cereal. I was the crunchy cereal lover. Like any of the cereals that had a good like a shape, or even not. I used to love Captain Crunch, but the whole thing about Captain Crunch is that little biscuit pillow shape that they had wasn't good enough. Captain Crunch should have been a whole different shape. But then they came out with another one. I forget. It was more or less almost the same taste as Captain Crunch, but they were the perfect shape, and they were bigger because they didn't soak the milk up like right away. Captain Crunch, I mean, you had to power your bowl up and put like half a cup of milk in there, because if you didn't, that Captain Crunch would be so soggy, it'd be like, it wouldn't be good. I would rather eat Captain Crunch, just straight with nothing on it, than to put all that milk and stuff on it, because it used to. But the ones that were worse than that was any of the flake cereals, corn flakes or something like that. That was one of the worst. It was a good cereal if you had strawberries or you had bananas. Then it was a good cereal. But that was the same one. You put like like a quarter of a cup of milk on it. You had to, because if you didn't, you had to eat it super fast to keep it crunchy, and then you got like the sugar milk at the bottom, because you put all that damn sugar on it. You got the sugar milk at the bottom of the damn bowl, and then you had to go get some more cereal to put it up there to soak up that little bit of milk that you had left. Or if you ran out of cereal, you just tip that up like that, and then drink your sugar milk. Because you didn't even taste the sugar on your cereal, because all the sugar used to go down to the bottom. Once you start mixing up that cereal with that spoon, all that sugar goes right down into the milk. And you have your sugar milk. Yeah. But you're right, though. Like I said, we used to have a whole drawer. I remember we used to have a drawer. We had a drawer. There was a designated drawer for Kool-Aid in my house. There was a small drawer on the counter, underneath the counter, where it was just loaded with Kool-Aid. And then there was so when Kool-Aid came out, there was probably about 2 or 3 other companies, maybe 3, maybe three companies that had their like their version of Kool-Aid. Some of them was good. I used to drink the Weiler. The Weiler was good, but I can't remember which one was good. It's probably the red. The red is usually good no matter who makes it. I don't know what it is. There's something about red. People feel that red tastes good. If they make something red, it's gonna taste good. Anything that's red when it comes to fruity flavors is that's your safest. Usually that's your safest bet is to go red. I'm gonna go with the red. You don't trust nothing that's yellow, green, orange. You just don't trust it. Sometimes purple you trust, but most time, just think about it. Even if you like just started drinking a new product, you always get that red. Even if you get something else, I'm gonna try the red. I'm gonna get this lime, but I gotta get the red too. You always got to have that red. That kid, that childhood red syndrome always comes back and hits you like, yeah, I better get that red. So you go and get your red along with whatever other flavor you're getting. Yeah, but I try something new. It's gonna be definitely if it's some juices, it's gonna be either red or purple for sure. Along with the choice that I probably should have, like the lime. Usually don't go back. You usually don't go wrong with lime though. I mean, it's hard. How you mess up lime? You know what I mean? How do you mess up lime? It's like you can't mess up lime. Something got to be wrong with you if you mess up lime. With Captain Crunch, I don't feel my bowl. Oh, okay, I'll make a small bowl. Can't do it. Oh, can't do it. So yeah, you can't do it soggy, man. You got to have, yeah. You can't do that one soggy, man. You can't do it soggy. You got to put as little as milk as you can. You put milk in your cup and you just put a little bit. You do a little bit. And yeah, if I was smarter, that's the way I would. I mean, I used to make the small bowls like that too. But like I said, if I was even smarter than that, I would have made my bowl. Uh, well, I probably would have got in trouble. I probably would have made two bowls. Put a little bit of milk in one bowl, and then put the cereal in another bowl, and then just put the cereal in the milk like that. Just put this little bit of cereal in the milk. Put one scoop at a time. Take a scoop out, put it in the bowl with the milk, and just eat it like that. Now, if I ate cereal now, that's what I would do. But now I'm a hot cereal drinker, eater. I eat hot cereal now. I don't eat none of the processed ones. They got too much stuff in it. Now that I'm starting to read the labels and all that, it's got too much stuff in it. So I eat like a hot cereal. The one I'm eating now is kind of like an oat. There's Coruscant wheat. It's like an oatmeal. It looks like oatmeal. It don't taste like oatmeal. The grains are solid. And so I'll tell you what I did though. So I don't use no eggs, no milk. I use the coconut milk, the powder. I use the powdered chickpea. A lot of people don't use the chickpea. They don't think about it. Everything I put in there is good. I use the coconut sugar. I use the spelt flour, a little bit of baking powder, a little bit of salt. I didn't even use um, I didn't use vanilla flavoring this time. But then I put that cereal in there, mixed that up, and I made waffles, man. Them waffles, man. I wanted to slap my own self. Them waffles were so good, man. And plus they were light too. They actually came out like the waffles came out. The Belgian waffle, the one that I use is the Belgian waffle maker. Man, them waffles came out so good. But I didn't even have syrup. But they were so good I didn't even need it. But guess what? I did have syrup because I always have syrup. It was in the back of the shelf. And I found it. I'm like, oh man. But I had already ate. I'm like, okay. I said, next time, I'm going to throw some of this syrup on it. But I didn't need them. Now, just talking about it, I want to make some just now, right now, just for talking about it, man. Them waffles was good, brother. I'm telling you. Especially when you use the good flour and stuff, and you're not using all that bleached flour and all that, man. I'm serious. They was good. Yep. Yeah. Surface said, yeah. He said I reused that milk and add a little more with it each time. Yep, in the bowl. Yep, I reuse it. He said, come on, Eagle Web. You sounding old. He said, "You sound like my like who? Somebody at the retirement home. Hey, I'm at the retirement home now, brother. Like the old people that my wife feed at the retirement home. No, I'm talking about the waffles, brother. You never had no waffles? You like pancakes. I like pancakes, brother, but I believe it or not, Eagle can cook, man. I used to do chef work, brother. The Eagle can cook. I can cook. I, I'm telling you, you'll slap your own self. If you had some of these waffles, you probably slap your own self. Like, nah, I ain't gonna slap Eagle like that. You'll slap your own self, man. Them waffles is good, brother. Yeah, but I don't eat all that. I don't eat the same stuff that I used to eat, man. I done damaged myself, man. Even being an athlete, I done tore my system up, man. It's time for me to relax my system. If I want to go back to eating like crappy stuff, I'll do that later on, man. But I need to go into a few years of repairing myself back up, man. Cause I know I done broke. I just think back of all this, man. Please, all the stuff they put us on. I just think back, man. Cause I grew up. See, cause when I grew up, brother, we didn't have. See, they got what they call vegetable oil. You know, I was poor when I grew up. We didn't have no vegetable oil. I'm not saying that I'm like 90 years old, but I'm saying they didn't have vegetable oil when I was growing up. I mean, we didn't have vegetable oil, not often. We had that shit that they used in the submarine to lubricate submarine parts. It was called shortening. A lot of people never heard of that. That shit came in a blue can. It came in a blue can. And I know y'all might not have been around, man. I'm talking about. This is like in the eight. This is like 80, man. This is like in the 80s and stuff, man. It's still to where they had. We had like the can. And I see some people still have. People have it. They use that here where I live at, but they call it something else. But we used to use the one that was. Yeah, we used to use all of them. I mean, not front. We used to use all of them. We used to use the cheap one. The expensive one was the blue one. But here where I live at now, they use one that's in the what they call that? The one that's in the God, in the plastic. It's in a plastic container, and it's lard. And now they actually sell like bacon grease. They sell bacon grease. They sell all kinds of different grease, man. Like the bacon grease. They sell the GH. I think that's how they say it. GHEE. They sell that one. That one's expensive as hell. That one's like $10 for like a pound or more. Are you kidding me? You cooking with this? $10 a pound? Ain't nobody using no $10 a pound oil. So yeah, I just used. So I didn't. We were poor, man. I didn't have all that. We had that. We had that white shit. Look here. He said, "Yeah, He said you had lard and kept that bacon. Yeah, man. Stop it, man. I know. Yeah, you see. You talking about old and you remember that shit too. Look at your ass. Sir Flame act like he didn't know. Now he come back crying. He said, yeah, he said you had that lard and kept that bacon. Shit. Man, please. Not hey, so that wasn't what so that's what it is. So that's what we had to cook with. But see, you right though, because you kept all that, but now they sell it. See? I'm talking about you poor. So us even having that can, so that's you just remind me. So us even having that can, that was a come up. For us having that can of grease, because that was a come up. And I was almost today years old when I found out that grease was actually meant for lubrication for parts on the submarine that they didn't end up using. They end up scrapping the whole idea of making this submarine. So they start giving it to the public. Probably ain't got shit to do with vegetables. Probably ain't got no vegetables in it. But yeah, we had the lard. I didn't like lard, man. But I remember that, man. I ain't like the lard. I didn't like all that. I didn't like that shit. I didn't like that the lard. I did like the white one. I could deal with it. The food that was cooked in it. Because my mom was good. My mom did. She didn't like stuff that didn't taste good. So if she was frying chicken or she was anything she was doing like making bread or whatever, um, even though that shit was poisonous, we didn't know. But it tastes fresh and tastes good because she would always use um, fresh. It would have to be fresh, fresh out the can or fresh out the stick of butter. Like we use that, and I mean that was special occasions. We didn't use butter. So back then, when I was little, which is it's too bad. When I was little, um, we had oleo, and I just heard that name in a movie because I didn't know what the hell it was. Because we used to just call it margarine. So we had margarine, Sir Flame. We didn't have all this shit they got now. We had margarine. That sounds like marginalizing something, don't it? But that's what we had. We had margarine. We didn't have all this fancy shit they got now. That's what we had. We had margarine. We had the put back grease, like he said. Yeah, the put back grease. Hey, that put back grease makes some good fries, though. That put back grease makes some good fries, brother. I'll tell you that. It makes some good French fries. Yeah, my like my other mom used to make. She used to make like fries and stuff, but I didn't eat half the stuff. Like a lot of the stuff she ate, because I wasn't into like I was not a so-called pork eater or nothing like that. But yeah, she used to make them fries though, and so I used to backslide on that. Like she used to make them fries, and she had a way of making these crispy ass fries with that seasoned up grease or oil or whatever you want to call it. That shit was it'll make you slap somebody good. Yeah, but she used to make so much stuff. I used to watch that's all I did was watch and see my moms and stuff. I used to watch what they do. You know what I mean? I used to watch everything they do. Like, what you doing? So I can learn how to get those flavor secrets and stuff like that. But don't get it twisted, man. Eagle, Eagle can cook, brother. But anyway, so shout out to Ryan Garcia and all the other winners and stuff that we had over the weekend. Uh, Shout out to Devin for putting giving him the opportunity and this try at least trying. I don't know. You gotta do better. Maybe you could win. I don't know. I want to see all y'all get your asses knocked out, like I said. So for me, it's all good for me because I want to see all of you get knocked out. Everybody. I want to see everybody take a knockout loss. Usyk, yeah, you too. I want to see you get knocked out, not by Fury. I want to see you knock Fury out, but I want to see you get your ass knocked out. All of you deserve to get your asses knocked out because I'm so pissed off at boxing to where I want to start doing volleyball. But I've been meeting all these girls, and I've been thinking, because I'm usually good at picking out the body types. They have the shorts on. I'm usually able to pick them out. But now the soccer players, so that's what I'm finding, a lot of soccer players over here. So the girls that look like volleyball players here, they're actually soccer players. And I probably have chosen like 3 times in a row. I probably had made the mistake of asking a girl if she was a volleyball player, and they've all been soccer players. So I met one yesterday, and I asked her. I said, "You play soccer?" So this time I was smart. I said, "You play volleyball or soccer?" She said, "Soccer." I'm like, "Okay." So I knew because I said, "You guys all look like soccer. You guys all look like volleyball players now. All the soccer players." You guys are all, taller now and leaner. I said, you guys all look like you used to be able to pick out the soccer players because they wore their shit all the time. They wore those damn socks. But now you can't pick them out. Oh, he said he on them the tutor tots, the tater tots over fries. Yeah, I'm not really. I use like the small one. I like the smothered. So if I ever do potatoes, brother, I do the potatoes with the onions. I do the onions and grill them real nice and crispy, and then let them set, and then let them simmer. A little bit of garlic in there, a little bit of chives up in there, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of red pepper. You know, sometimes I might smoke them up a little bit. But yeah, believe me, I know how to cook. Don't think Eagle don't know how to cook, man. Looking at Eagle, Eagle, you can't cook. Man, Eagle could throw down. But the tots, see, I like the tots. But I like them crispy ass. If you can get some good ones, man, I love the hash browns, like fresh hash browns, hash browns. The ones you steam them first and then, oh man, lay them out there in that butter. But that's all packing on pound stuff though. Yeah. And I want to weigh like around 210. Yeah, I don't know. That shit heavy. Soccer girls have the best legs. Yeah, but they don't look like it no more. I don't know. I love volleyball players, man. The volleyball players, I love them, man. They to me they athletic as hell, man. I gotta try to learn how not to get smashed down. I shouldn't be out there, but hey, you know we always do recreational sports. It don't matter. There's no age limit on recreational sports unless you just suck. You know what I mean? I was getting into golf. You know, I'm trying to get into golf. You know, my boy wanted to take me. You know, we did a couple of rounds, but I'm like, yeah, I like the golf and stuff like that. Yeah, all the real heavy stuff ever since COVID, like, so I'm not on the weights and nothing like that. Everything I did quit. I quit everything. I'm like, shit. I feel good. Because right now I'm just, like I said, I'm cleaning my system out. I'm trying to get all this crap out of my system, brother. But anyway, Sir Flame, you going back to doing what you doing, man. Gil Coles done left us, ain't even said bye or nothing like that. Yeah, but soccer girls got some nice legs too, though. You right. Because that's all they do. They running their ass off. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Like that, which one is those little guards? The ones that on the far end, I forgot the guards. They got real nice legs. They got to be quick. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, man. Eagles Way of Boxing. It's nothing but peace, nothing but uplifting. And I'm gonna try to be on Wednesday. And yesterday, you know, they changed me up like they always do. They've been getting Eagle lately. But anyway, y'all know what it is, man. Yep, I stopped using blessings though, bro. I stopped using that, man, because they done told the truth on blessing now. It means to be less. I'm like, man, these people, they put it right in our face, brother. So I stopped using it. So now I always say uplifted. I was like, man, these people. I said, can't y'all just give us something? Can't we say something without y'all just destroying it? Y'all kill everything we do. Can the brother have a greeting without y'all killing our greeting? All right, sir. I'm going to catch you. Y'all be good.